Welcome back, guys. It's workout number 7. I'm so glad that you're here with me. We're on the home stretch. Today we have a very different routine for you, and we're going to start off with some hamstring work. So to do this, we're going to get down on the floor to begin with. I bet you were wondering if we were going to do any hamstring work. Today's your day. So this is going to be kind of a different feeling for you. It's a weird sensation to be able to get your hamstrings this way. So I want to kind of explain this for you before we get into the exercise. We're going to use our opposite leg to put resistance on the hamstring curling leg. So for this purpose, I'm right now going to focus on curling my right hamstring. So this is the one I'm working, pulling the heel to my glute. But in order to add some resistance, I'm going to rest my left ankle across it so I can bring my knee up, and I'm going to push with my left foot into my right leg to give myself resistance as I curl up and then also as I curl back down. So again, this is the leg doing the work and this leg is adding weight or resistance, okay? So I'm pushing against my right leg, right ankle as I curl up and as I curl down. So I can reach back here and feel this hamstring kind of popping up, as well as my glute. Okay, and that's what I want you to feel. It's a very great way to get your own resistance for your hamstring curls. I mean, who really likes using those hamstring extension machines at the gym? Not me. Okay, so you guys ready to get started? I'm going to show you a second version with weight, but I actually like this one better. So on our second round, I'll show you this version with weight. Okay, so we're down on our belly. We're going to curl that right one to start off with. Rest your left ankle over the top. Let's do 8 good ones. So I'm activating my glute, activating my hamstring curl, activating my hamstring as I curl and pull it up, and then resist as I pull it back down. So this left one is just pushing down the whole time. Curl up. Hopefully you can see that popping up there, and bring it back down. If you get a cramp, which some of you might, that's all right. Just shake it out and hop back in whenever you can. You can also pause. It's not uncommon. Try to get your glutes to work first, and that will keep the hamstring from doing all the work, but we got to work them. We got to get them to engage. Let's go for 3. And bring it back down. That's it. Last 2. And down. And final one, hamstring curl, and return. And I'm going to shake that out. It's harder than it looks. Okay, so now I'm going to curl my left one, and my right one's going to give resistance. So you may have to kind of adjust how that knee goes out in order to get resistance against this one. So now we pull this up, and I'm kicking into it with my right foot, and finding that resistance and bringing it back down. I'm delaying a little bit on this one because my left hamstring is a little bit lazy, and so it takes me a moment to get it to operate. You might have one of those as well. I like to point out all of my imbalances so you guys know nobody is perfect. You're not alone if you have a few little imbalances. I certainly do. Exhale, bring it up. Inhale, keep that resistance on the way down. You can see it's not quite as smooth on this one. Let's go for 3 more. Bring it up. Lower back down. And 2. Bring it up. Lower back down. I can sure feel my glute on this one. And final one. Bring it up. And then keep pushing. Resist the return. All right. Shake it out. That is a weird sensation. It's a little bit of a brain game, so if it didn't come naturally to you at first, don't feel bad. You might even just stop and practice it a little bit. Okay, the next exercise that we're going to do is for our hip flexors. So you're going to get near a wall or something that you can kind of hold on to if you need a little bit of balance work. So the hip flexors are the muscle groups, so there's a couple of them, that pull your knee up to you. So we're going to first engage into our abs, and we're going to take this right knee, start to pull it up towards your right shoulder, and then we're just going to tap that toe back down. So this standing leg is working as you bring this knee up to your chest and back down. So that hip flexors getting some good engagement there. We got 5 and 4, 3, 2, and on our final one, we're gonna hold it here, and we're just going to go from here to higher. So little pulses, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, are you feeling it? 3, 2, and 1. Woo. Let that let go, shake it out, and we're going over to the other side. So stand up straight, get that right glute to engage, abs pull in, and we pull that knee up, and then tap it back down. So lots going on here in that core before we start to work those hip flexors. Definitely this medial glute is giving you balance here. If you want to do it without hanging onto the wall, more power to you, go for it. We got 2. Final one, hold it here, and let's work up. Pulses, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo. And bring it back down. Shake it out. Okay, and then our final exercise is going to be for those glutes. So I'm going to turn to the side here, kind of put one hand on the wall, and we're going to bring one leg back behind you, engaging those abdominals. Try not to arch your back too much because we want to make sure we're not overdoing this lumbar curve. So the engagement's going to come right here from that glute as we lift and lower. So notice I'm not lifting that leg super high. I'm just getting a little leg lift, engaging my glute. A little bonus for you on the next round. We got 5 and 4, 3, 2, and final 1. Good, switch it on over to your other side. So I've got my left side out. Engage that glute, keep your abs engaged, and here we go, lift and lower. I'm gonna keep from overarching or making this like throwing out of the chest, so it's all down here. Good. You're doing great, hang in, glute work is king. We got 3, and 2, and yeah, it's hamstring as well, and final 1. Perfect. All right, shake it out. We're going into our arm set now. You can grab weight if you want. I'm going to stick with our game plan of how I usually do it with no weight. I'm going to come into the wide pony stance here. We're going into an overhead press. So just up and down. I'm going to go for 15. That's 3 and 4, 5, 6, 8. So as I lift up, my shoulders slide down. You got it. And last 2 and 1. Beautiful. Now we're going to do a lateral raise, so arms go out to the side. 7 and 6, 5. Pull up those abs. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, and then final exercise is a bicep curl, so rolling those shoulders back, pulling them up, and slowly bringing them down. Up and down. Shh. That's it, we got 8, 7, 6, and remember you can always come out of that pony stance, let those legs be straight. And we have 4, 3, last 2, I got that core on, and final 1. Perfect. Okay, now we're going to repeat all that, so we're going down for the hamstrings. And remember, I told you I have a weighted version of this. So I'm grabbing my 8s. 8s are actually kind of light, so if you do have heavier weight and want to use heavier weight, you can do that. Just remember, and I'll show you here in a second, there's kind of a safety thing with this, so you want to be careful with that weight. So what you're going to do is you're going to take this weight and put it down at the end of your mat with the dumbbell up. And mine is not a flat dumbbell, so I'm going to have to get down here to kind of hold it up. And you're going to take your feet to the outside of it. And then you lay down. So you're holding this in your feet, and that's where the safety comes in because you don't want to drop it on you. So you find that balance there, just kind of at the arch of your feet, and then you bring it back down. So this is why I like that other version where you're just using the resistance of your other leg, just in case you don't have that much weight or if you feel like this is kind of a dangerous predicament to be in. So the one thing that you have to really keep in mind as you do these is, can you see when I start to bend my knees, how my back wants to arch? For some of us with a really lordotic curve or exaggerated low back curve, we want to kind of tip your pelvis the opposite way. So we're getting this hamstring engagement. Also might feel it in the front of your hips. And if this bothers your knees, I would definitely recommend the other version. Because on the other version, you can kind of let up on it. Whereas this one, that weight's there the whole trip. Okay. I'm going to do about 5 more. If you ended up doing the leg against the leg version, you may have to stop the recording so you can get both legs in, and that's perfectly fine. Just take your time. Let's get 2 more here. My hamstrings are still popping. I also like doing one leg at a time because right now I feel like maybe one leg's doing more work than the other. My stronger leg's doing a little bit more work than the other. Okay, that's good. Let that weight just come down to the floor and then let your feet come out, and that'll be a good way to get out. Okay, we're gonna go up to standing to do our other work, and you can add weight for this hip flexor exercise. So here's how you would do that. You put that weight right against your knee, and you bring that leg up and tap back down. So I just have like 2 fingers holding it here, adding a little bit of more resistance around that hip flexor, right on top of that knee. So right glute is engaging, my core is turned on, and these muscles right here, hip flexor and quad, are working to bring that knee up. We got 2. Last one, and instead of the pulses, which you could do, another option, bonus, is to kick that leg out, bring it back in. You can always top it back down, or we can just work on kicking that leg up. 5, 4, obviously took the weight off, but if you are a diehard and you want to add that weight right here, you can. Lots of options for modifying here. Making this workout your own. We got 2 more. Wow, I feel that. I feel it back here even. All right, shake it out. Let's go to the other side. I am going to use the wall, so I'll flip around, and we'll take this weight as we go up and back down. Up and back down. Tapping that toe onto the floor. 4, 3, 2, and 1, and either pulses again, or if you want to go all in, leg extensions. 7, weight or no weight. 6, 5, no weight, you just hold it. 4, and 3, 2, and 1. Bring it down. Ooh, that reminds me of the days of teaching bar. Okay, now, it would be really difficult to add weight to this one, but what you could do is if you have a looped band, you could bring the band around your ankles, and you could use that for these hamstring kickbacks. Okay, so I'll go this way on this one now. I'm going to stand up, engaging those abs. You can pitch over a little bit if you feel this in your back a lot. I actually kind of like that. And we're going to kick that left leg back to start off with. That's it, pull into those abs. 8, 7, 6, 5, and we have 4, 3, 2, and final 1. Bring it in, we go to the other side, stationary here, and engaging the glute and the hamstring kick back. Three, and 2, and 1. All right, shake it out. Okay, we're gonna do a little bonus now. I want you to take your kneecap pointed inward. So I'm going back to the left. We're just gonna do about 5 reps of this. Point that kneecap inward as we lift up and lower. It's a very different feel. We just have 2 more. And 1. Whew. Take it to the other side. Turn that kneecap inward. So we're lengthening those deep glute rotators as we lift and lower. Got 3 more. 3, 2, and 1. I got a little shake on. How about you? Yeah, I like a little shake. Okay, arm work. Grab your 5s or your 3s, or heck, grab your 8s if you want to. I won't stop you. All right, and here we go right into that overhead press. Go up. 7, 6, and 5. We got it for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Perfect. Bring it down, and we're going arms up for 8, 7, arm flies, lat flies, 6, 5, you got this, 4, 3, 2, hold up on the 1, and we're going to flip palms up, flip palms down, flip palms up and down. So we're turning at the wrist, at the shoulder. 4, and down. 3, stabilizing that shoulder. And 2, and 1. Awesome. Lower it down. Okay, and then the biceps are the final one. And I'm going to teach you a fun little thing that we call 21s. Okay? So we start off with our arms all the way out to our side. Shoulders are rolled back. I'm just standing up straight. We're going to bend the elbow to just your 90 degrees, so just to here. So we come down and stop here. So we call these 21s because we do 7 of each. So this is 4 and 5. Stop right at that 90 degree. Good, last one. Hold here. Now we go up. So from 90, we go up to the shoulder. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're at 14 now, so we got 7 more. Here's our 21. We go all the way down and all the way up for 7, 6, and 5. There you go. We got 4, 3, 2, and 1. Perfect. Okay, it's time to go down to the floor for our glute work. Take your 5s, bring them down the floor with you. Okay, for our core and glute work, we're going to combine them down here. I've got my hand weights here for the second round. The first round, we're going to lay on our back, pull those heels up to your glutes, and we're going up into that really strong shoulder bridge here. So knees are reaching out to the wall. All right, from here, stay here with the hips, and we're going to come up to the balls of the feet, and then lower back down. Up to the balls of the feet. Try not to throw that rib cage, so not like this, just by working out of that glute. We got 6 and 5. Good. 4. Last 3. You got it. 2 and 1. Good. We lower the hips. We scoop the pelvis into our imprint. So scoop the low back down to the mat and bring the knees up in the air. From here, we take the hands behind the head. Come on up into the curl. Hold your curl as you stretch your legs out. You're going to pull those knees back in and lower back down. So now we got 8. In and return. Remember that TA pulls in. 7. And 6. Good. We got 5. 5. Shh. And 4. Beautiful. Last 3. and 2, and final 1, up and out. Lovely. All right, now we're going to go into some single glute work. So I'm going to plant my right foot, my left knee is going to come up to tabletop, shoulders are down and back, we push up, and we come up, tap down, up, tap down. Your letter is the letter I. Up, tap down. And we've got 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, I'm firing up through that right glute, and 1. Switching sides, left foot goes down, right knee goes up, and here we go. Up and down. This is a hip flexor stretch for some of us. Really getting those glutes. A lot of glute work today. Let's get 4, 3, hang in 2 more, and final 1. Fantastic. You know what's coming next? We're going to repeat it. This time, we'll add a little bit of resistance with our hand weights. So I'm grabbing my 5s. I'm just going to put them right here on my hips. So some people prefer them to be like this. Some people prefer them to be sideways. Whatever's more comfortable for you. Again, my heels are walked in. That's really important because we're going to go to the balls of the feet, remember? So you want those heels pretty close. So we come up. Find that straight extension. So remember, we don't want to break in our bridge where our booty is down, and we don't want to be arching and tossing our ribs up in the air. We want this really nice straight line. Okay, so glutes are working, knees are reaching. We go up and down. This is ankle mobility. Your ankles and your glutes are buddies. We want them to be able to work together. Some people lack a little bit of ankle mobility. And if you do, you want to get it back. You want to maintain that. Lack of mobility in the ankles makes those knees suffer. We got 6. I know I'm adding a few. 5. Awesome. And 4. 3. 2. I'm reining it in on those glutes. Final 1. Lowering the glutes. Raise your arms straight up in the air. You can drop these weights or trade them for 3s if you prefer. I'm going to bring those knees into tabletop. Here's how I'm going into these. My hands are going to come to my hips as I come to my curl. Remember, your eye gaze is always at your knees. We extend those legs out. Now, if I lower my legs all the way down to here, but my back is arching, that's not good for my back. So it's better to be higher and be able to keep your low back down to the mat. So we go out and in. Good. Arms come up and over. Go out and bring it back in. Hang in. We're on the home stretch. Can we get 4 more of these? I know you can. Let's go 4. And 3. Shh. Perfect. Final 2. Stretch it out. Good. And then final 1, finale here. Can you bring your arms up over your head and still maintain that curl? 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. All right, last one. You only need 1 hand weight for this. I'm going to do my right side first. I'm just going to rest my weight across my knee, but I'm definitely holding on to it. Don't count on it balancing there. And we fire up that opposite glute. So we go into that single knee raise, single hip raise as well. Good, we got 5. Hang in, and 4, 3, last 2, and on this final 1, can we hold it here and do little pulses? 4, 3, 2, and 1. Yes, and switch sides. So we'll pull that weight over to your left knee. Right hand can go down on the floor. Fire up through that right glute. And we lift and lower. Good. 6. And 5. Try to get straight parallel lines. 4. 3. Final 2. And your last one. Amazing. We are done. You've got 7 workouts under your belt now, guys. Just 3 more left. So keep at it. Remember, finish all 3, decode the name, and you can get 2 free coaching sessions with me, which is a great way to kick off the new year. So we'll get everybody's name in a drawing. Got 1 winner. Thanks, you guys. You're doing great.